There's a reason most people quit reselling in the first 60 days, and it's all explained in here. It's got nothing to do with stock, it's got nothing to do with suppliers. The real reason is because nobody's ever shown you how you actually make money from reselling. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening in your business at each stage. We're going to break it down into 3 separate phases, and by the end of this video you'll understand why it constantly feels like you're reinvesting into your business, why you're never seeing profit, and when you can expect to make profit, and how you can avoid the mistakes. So this is you at the beginning of your reselling journey. Phase 1, the initial investment. You've never bought from a wholesale supplier, you've never put money into this before, you're at the very start, and so you're going to buy something like this, your first ever delivery from a wholesale supplier. So you get your first ever delivery, you spend £500, and from that £500 you've invested, you get 100 items. Your total profit from reselling so far is minus £500. This is where everybody starts. You have to, at some point, go into the negative. You have to spend your own money in order to build momentum, in order to be able to buy items. But the thing is, whatever number you decide to spend in the beginning, you should never have to go further into the negative than that number. You should never spend more than £500 of your money in the beginning. So month 1 you have 100 items, and during this month you upload them consistently. You don't upload them all at once, you upload them spread across the month, and your results for this month, from delivery 1 you make 25 sales at an average selling price of £20, which produces you £500. In month 1 you made £500. Now you might be thinking 25 sales, that seems quite low because 100 items, I've only sold 25% of the items, but you have to understand you uploaded them equally throughout the month, meaning you uploaded 25 in the first week, 25 in the second week, 25 in the third week, and another 25 in week 4, meaning half of your items have only had 2 weeks to sell. And you need to understand that at this stage every item has a lifespan. At every stage every item has a lifespan. Some of these are 100 items, depending on the quality, depending on what they are, depending on how much you uploaded them for, will take different amounts of time to sell. Some might take 24 hours, some might take a week, some might take months, and some might even take 6 months before they sell. And this is the thing, you have to look at your items as assets. So you've made no profit, you broke even, but what you have in return is assets that have a lifespan, that will sell at some point in the future. And so because you've only broken even in this first month, you have to go into month 2 and you have to reinvest that £500 again. You have to spend the £500 that you just spent month 1 making, and you have to put it back in to another delivery in order to keep on making money. You get another 100 items. And then month 2 works like this. Sales this month, delivery 1. Remember, the assets that you have, they carry over into the following months, and because you've given them at least another month to sell, you end up making 30 sales from delivery 1, from these 75 items, right? At £20, that's £600, and then delivery 2, same principle. Remember, delivery 1, 25 sales, because they were uploaded across the month evenly, you make another 25 sales. At £20, £500. So now, in the second month, you've made £1,100. And the thing with most people, after month 1, people think this is them. During month 1, they think they're about to make all this money, and they get so close and realize they have to reinvest the £500 again. But what you'll soon find out as we go into month 3 in the following months, if you can do that, if you can just invest that money one more time, it becomes self-fulfilling and you completely remove the risk. So month 2, you made £1,100, you've turned over that, that's your revenue. And because you invested £500, your profit's £600, and you're left with 120 items, 120 assets that carry over into the next month. You have more assets than you did the previous month, and this is important. As your assets start to build up, you can kind of guess where this is going to go. So we move from phase 1, the initial investment, into phase 2, the reinvesting phase. Now, you made 1,100 in month 2, which means you have that money to hand, you have that cash to hand. And what you're going to do here now is, in order to never have to go into the negative again, that £500, that initial £500 investment, you're going to put that back into your pocket. Wherever that money came from, you're going to keep it. You're never going into the negative again. And going forward, everything becomes risk-free. Every delivery is from profit, not the initial negative that you went into, okay? And so with your £600 profit, you're going to reinvest it. That's going to fund the next delivery. Deliveries 3, delivery 4, right? Now, 200 items across delivery 3 and 4, negative £500 in month 3 returns you 1,400. Negative 500 in month 4 returns you 1,600. It's increased, and I'm going to show you how it's increased. So this is delivery 3 and 4 combined into 2, right? Remember, delivery 1, all the way back here in month 1, is still selling. You make 25 sales across month 3 and month 4 at £20, that's £500. Same with delivery 2. You make 45 sales across month 3 and month 4, £900. Now delivery 3, that first month, remember in that first month, you make 25 sales roughly, and in the next month you make 30 sales, so 55 sales from delivery 3, which makes you 1,100, and in month 4, you make 25 sales at £20 because it's just the first month that it's had to sell, £500. You've now made £3,000 across month 3 and month 4 by reinvesting £500 each time. And remember, the £500 is coming from this profit. You're not going into the negative again, right? And you're left over with 170 items. Your assets have increased by 50, and you've made £2,000 profit. And this is where your sales are coming from every month. You're making sales, and it's adding up. They're stacking up, and all these sales are coming from the previous months. They're coming from month 3, they're coming from month 2, they're coming from month 1. You're starting to stack deliveries on top of each other. There are multiple places where sales can come from. It's becoming self-fulfilling. You never have to go into the negative again because you built that initial momentum in month 1 and month 2, right? Now, the same principle applies. The money that you make in month 3 and month 4, you invest £500, it happens in month 5 again, plus 2,000, plus 2,600, plus 3,200. Why is this number increasing when you're still investing the same amount? It's because your assets are building month on month. You went from 75 assets to 120 assets, 170 assets. Those assets are increasing every single month. Every time you put another £500 in, your assets increase, and so your pending balance goes from 1,200, 2,300, 2,600, 3,200. It keeps increasing month on month as your assets increase. Why? Because the more things that you have for sale, the more chances that you have of a sale. The more deliveries that you have behind you, the more places a sale can come from. It stacks on top of each other and it starts to compound. Now, the thing here is you have a decision to make. Remember, you invested £500, you kept your £500, okay? And now you're just using profit to reinvest, but you have a decision. You've made enough profit to increase the size of your delivery, right? You made 2,000 profit after month 3 and month 4. And so you have a decision to make. You can either keep the leftover profit after minus 500. After you put your £500 back in, whatever's left over, whatever profit is left over, you can keep that. You can put that in your pocket. Or you can do what I did and you can increase the size of your delivery. You can increase the amount of profit you put back into the business. So you have a smaller delivery or you can get a big delivery. And the difference that makes is your growth, right? It doesn't make a difference initially. It's still going to be the same. But what happens is it makes a difference as you start to go through those later months, okay? And so the difference is, if you put £500 in, you're going to have slower growth. The more money that you put back in straight away, the faster your growth will be in the future. And this is something that I can't decide for you. You have to decide, are you willing to put more money in so that you get more money out in the future, or do you want to take money out already in these earlier months? Do you want to be able to take money out at month 5, month 6, month 7? You know, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,000 there. Or do you want to hold off and be able to take out thousands later down the line? This is the decision that you have to make yourself, right? And it affects how fast you scale. The same principle applies. Your assets grow, you put money back in, you get a new delivery every month, and it grows and grows because your assets are growing. But if you can increase the amount of assets that you have every month, well, then you're going to make more money in the following months, okay? And this is the reinvesting phase. You just put the money back in, and as your assets start to build up, as they start to compound, you start to make more money every single month, and it grows and grows and grows. And then phase 3, the compounding phase. This is where everything changes, and this is where however much money you put back in, you start to see the results of that. If you just put £500 profit back in every single month, and then your results are going to be lower than, say, you put £2,000 back in every month. This is how I was able to generate £100,000 because I put every single penny back into the business. I kept reinvesting. My assets grew exponentially. And this is how I was able to go from deliveries of this size to this size in 1 month. These are all separate deliveries over the course of a year because money was going back in. Month 8, month 9, month 10. It's the same principle. Delivery 1, delivery 3, delivery 4. Month 8, I'm making money from all these past deliveries that you see here, right? But what you're seeing here, right, is earn up to 57,581 from 2,879 items, or better yet, 2,879 assets. Right? They have the potential to make me 57,000. So a few months later, you can see my assets have increased, and look how much money I've made has increased, right? This money here is what allowed me to make 94,000. It allowed me to go from 73,000 to 94,000, making that £20,000 jump. That money was released somewhere along the line. My assets have increased, my potential has increased to make money, and the same principle applies. This 60,000 is what allowed me to jump to 111,000, another £20,000 increase from this, right? And the assets have pretty much stayed the same. My potential to make money has stayed the same, but I've increased the amount I've made by £20,000, right? And it's because I'm putting money back into the business. And this is the point that I'm trying to make, is that finally, when you get to month 12, you need to understand that the money you make in month 12, it doesn't come from the items in month 12. It doesn't come from the work that you do in month 12. It comes from all the months before that. The money that you generate in month 12, some of it came from month 8, 1,000 came from month 8, 2,000 from month 9, 3,000 from month 10, 4,000 from month 11, right? And so all that work that you did in these months, this is when you see the results of it. This is when you start to make profit from those deliveries. You don't make profit in the month you get the delivery. You make profit in the future. And you have to think about it like that. Think about the items as assets that make you money in the future, so that in month 12, when you have to reinvest £3,000, because every month you do have to reinvest into more stock, every new delivery does look like this, where the total profit is in the negative. You're in the negative for every single delivery that you get in that month, right? But what happens is, month 12, the previous deliveries up here, they made you £10,000, and you spent £3,000 on a month 12 delivery, leaving you with £7,000 profit. And the money that you spent, this £3,000 that you spent, is going to make you money in month 13, in month 14, in month 15, in month 16, and so on. And so what you have to realize is, in the very beginning, in month 1, when you have to go into the negative, you don't have any deliveries behind you making you money. You only have that initial minus £500 that you have to invest. You have to go into the negative. And then you have to wait for the items to compound. You have to wait for them to sell. And in the beginning, when you've spread out the items, the 100 items over 1 month, only 25 of them sell. You only make £500, and therefore you don't actually make any profit, meaning all that work that you did in month 1, you didn't make money from it. You haven't made money from it, because you then have to reinvest it into month 2. But if you can keep going, if you can keep digging, right, when you aren't seeing results, when you aren't making profit, you eventually get to a place where it becomes self-fulfilling, where delivery 1, delivery 2 are starting to make you profit, okay? And so it gets here, and the cycle just repeats itself. You're going to have to invest money every single month, but eventually you have so many deliveries behind you that you're making profit from all of these deliveries. Sure, month 12 you have to go into the negative, but the profit that you make in month 12 is actually coming from all the months behind you. It's coming from month 8, month 9, month 10, and month 11. And so now that you know that, how do you think about the business differently? Well, first off, in that initial month, in the very beginning, if that's the position you're in, you have to expect to break even and then reinvest that money. You're going to have to reinvest money. You're not going to be able to take profit out straight away. That is just how it works with a physical product business. If you don't like that, pick a different business with better cash flow. But in the beginning, you have to reinvest your money. But knowing cash flow is the most important in the beginning. As a beginner, if cash flow is a problem, if you're not making money quick enough, then your goal should be selling items as quickly as possible. And the way you can sell items quicker is by lowering the amount of money that you're making on each item, okay? Instead of averaging £20 per item, if you want to make money quicker, if you want to sell items quicker, lower the price you're selling them for. Lower that price to £15 in order to get 10 more sales, in order to get your cash back quicker, in order to reinvest quicker, and eventually start making profit quicker. Then, once you have multiple deliveries behind you in month 12, you can allow to sit on items for a little bit longer and get the maximum amount of profit from them that you can. And that is how cash flow works in reselling. This is how you actually make money reselling. You don't make money from month 1. You don't make money from month 2. No, you make money at month 3, month 4, month 5 once you have these deliveries, once you've given them enough time to sell. Remember at the beginning I said every item has a lifespan until it sells. Some are going to sell in a day, some are going to be weeks, some months, some 6 months. Meaning, you don't make money straight away as soon as you get that delivery. You have to allow time for the items to sell. And if you can stack a few deliveries behind you, it eventually gets to a point where it becomes self-fulfilling. The money that you make today is from the deliveries that you got months ago.